Taiwan.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. China just can't help themselves. They just cannot get a grip. Well, I guess, to be fair, they have quite the grip, because it would seem like almost every single company, they'll kowtow to any needs of China, any kind of slight towards China. These companies are on it. They are so quick to just drop to their knees and beg for China's forgiveness, all because they want that sweet money. You can't have somebody offending the Chinese government, because if you do that, then you're not going to be able to do business there. You're not going to be able to rake in the cash, because we all know money's the most important thing, right? They're companies. Who really needs to pay attention to silly things like human rights violations and a government so corrupt, so authoritarian and brutal that they're actually rounding up people and sending them to re-education camps where God only knows what's happening to them. But just shut up. Shut up. We're trying to make some money. This is the situation that Hololive has found themselves in. But I hear what you're saying. I get it. Mando, I'm not into anime titties. I don't know what Hololive is. I don't know what any of this is. Well, luckily for you, viewer, I know a thing or two about anime titties. And I get it. These are not all titty streamers. It's not really what it is. It's a joke. Calm down. If you really like VTubers, it's okay. We all have our fetishes. I understand. So, if you clicked on this video because you saw the thumbnail or the title, you probably know what we're here to talk about. A couple of VTubers have been targeted by China because they dared to mention one word. They said one single word, and it got them banned for 3 weeks. And it wasn't like a PewDiePie situation. They didn't say the dreaded gamer word.
What a fucking...
No. It was nothing like that, no. They committed the cardinal sin of mentioning a country. Now, if that sounds crazy to you, I would totally understand why. I mean, who would have thought that geography would be the thing that triggers somebody, and not just somebody, but a fucking country. China. Like, these people must look at a map and just absolutely spurg out because they can't take geography. It's too much for them. Like, I don't know, you show them a picture of Pangea and they just have a mental breakdown.
I'm triggered.
Now, before I keep going, I hear you already. Slow down, Mando. Calm down. I don't know what a VTuber is. I don't know what Hololive is. Okay, viewer. Okay, you fucking liar. I have seen your internet browsing history. How have I seen your internet browsing history? Don't worry about it. Pay no attention. We're just gonna keep... Never mind. We'll just move on. Just lay off the hentai a little bit. Here at this channel, we're all about education. We're here to learn some good things. Learn good for you. Edumacation. Get ready to learn about VTubers. That's what we're talking about. Jesus Christ. In short, a VTuber is a virtual YouTuber. You have somebody that's making content with the use of an avatar of some sort. Typically, it's an anime girl avatar. It's gaining in popularity. It's really popular in Asian countries, and now you have something like Hololive English, which is really popular. These streamers are making a ton of money for Hololive. Now, what is Hololive? Hololive is a company that basically produces this content. So you have these VTubers that are using Hololive for their live streams and for their videos. It's like a multi-channel network. Think like Machinima, but with hot anime chicks that stream, and if those chicks were probably also dudes. Think that. Machinima but anime, but with more boobs. And this already puts an interesting dynamic, and when I say interesting, I mean concerning, at least to me. Like, alarm bells are kind of going off in my head when I hear something like this, because you have content creators that are working for a company willfully. Obviously, I don't think they have little virtual Japanese girls chained up in some kind of weird gamer basement where they're forcing them to do live streams or something. It's like a really fucked up mental image. Like I just imagine, it's like the Futurama episode where they have all the celebrities that are getting like downloaded like Napster, but it's just hot anime chicks that are made to do these live streams. They're like hooked up to G Fuel and Adderall machines, like they're plugged in like it's the Matrix or something. Good lord. That kind of actually sounds like something China would do. Now that I think about it, that might be something that needs to be investigated. But anyway, you have these content creators that are working for a company that the company owns their streams. We all choose who we want to do business with. I just personally don't like that whole setup, but that's besides the point. There are certainly pros and cons to doing something like this, having this kind of business relationship with a company. You get a lot more exposure, a lot more resources for you. I'm sure you're gonna have a much bigger reach because it's a massive corporation with a huge fan base already, and you're also on a channel with people that are already creating similar kinds of content, which makes for easy crossovers and things like that. So there definitely are positives, but then you have the drawbacks like what we're seeing here, where you have the company punishing you for not really even doing anything wrong in the first place. Well, unless of course you're China, then you're gonna say that everything's wrong. Everything's wrong unless you're Chinese and you follow the CCP way. That's the only thing that matters, is that you do what the CCP wants, even if you don't live in China. So this story recently broke. Hololive Vtubers Coco and Haato get 3-week suspensions for mentioning Taiwan during a live stream. And it doesn't get less confusing than that. There's nothing beyond them mentioning Taiwan. They weren't making a political statement. They weren't saying anything bad about China. It was nothing negative. The context of this is going to shock you. We're going to get into that in just a second. This article is brought to us by Niche Gamer. I will leave a link down to this article in the description. Take a look for yourself so you get the full context of what's going on with this situation. A quote from the article reads, "We've learned some unfortunate news. Hololive Vtubers, virtual YouTubers, Coco and Haato have been suspended for a few weeks. Both YouTubers have been suspended for 3 weeks by their management company Cover for reportedly mentioning Taiwan when talking about their viewer ratings. The suspension will run from September 28th to October 19th, 2020. Did you catch that there? Did you get the little detail as to why they were banned? The context of Taiwan being used in the stream? They literally showed their analytics, the YouTube analytics, and that's what got them banned. Up on the screen right now is actually a screenshot from the stream itself. This is what got them banned. In this picture here, it says Taiwan. I can't read this, but somewhere there it says Taiwan, and this is what got them taken out for 3 weeks. The CCP came in like fucking communist ninjas and assassinated them for showing this picture because it dared acknowledge that Taiwan is in fact a country and is also in fact on a map. You can look at it right now, unless you probably bought that map from China, in which case they might have erased it out. You might see little scratch marks on there, like they had to hide it somehow. And here's another crazy thing when it comes to all of this. The company that suspended them, their company, their boss, the one that they work for, they said that the reason why that they were banned was because they, quote, divulged confidential YouTube channel analytics during their live streams, which has been pointed out as completely bullshit by Niche Gamer here, who points out the fact that other VTubers from the same network have talked about their analytics in the past and have had zero issues, and that's probably because Taiwan didn't show up on there. Now, if you're still confused as to why it's a big deal that Taiwan's mentioned and why China would get mad, there's something called the One China policy, where Chinese authoritarians just say that this is all China, kind of like with Hong Kong. It's the same thing with Taiwan. China thinks that they own it all, and it's all one big China. Everyone's one big happy communist family, totally not starving or being beaten to death behind the scenes or anything like that. Nope, not at all. So to acknowledge Taiwan as its own sovereign country is a huge issue for China. It makes them look so weak. Winnie Xi Jinping Poo gets really upset and, decides he's gonna ban another letter maybe and, who knows, invade Taiwan, I don't know. But that's why China gets upset. And normally when I cover this topic, China being idiotic, I'm talking about the government, the CCP themselves. The ones that are oppressing people and abusing people and killing people, that's what I'm referring to, not Chinese people as a whole. However, in this situation, you have seemingly fans of these VTubers losing their goddamn minds because they said Taiwan. Now, it's been reported that these viewers are from China and got really upset, and there's reports of them trying to harass these VTubers on their alt accounts. And then on the flip side of that, you have Japanese gamers, since Hololive is a Japanese company, you have them getting incredibly upset, and rightfully so, that a company like Hololive, a Japanese company, would just bend the knee to China because Taiwan was mentioned. Again, it's a fucking country. It exists. But Hololive just gets on their knees. They just start stroking that Chinese dick because they do not want to get punished and not be able to make money in China. Hololive eventually ended up issuing 3 separate apologies because they had to make up an extra special one to apologize to their Chinese overlords because they do not dare anger them. So they really had to lay it on thick. They really had to pucker up and kiss that ass super hard to make sure that they weren't gonna get fucking yeeted out of that hellhole of a country run by that toad-faced fuck Xi Jinping. So in that Chinese apology, Hololive's parent company, Cover, said things like, "We want to respect China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and we firmly support the One China principle." They also said that they pledged to further strengthen the education and management of its artists to improve the system to prevent such problems from happening again. They're gonna really make sure they keep those people in line. You better shut your fucking mouth if you want to mention Taiwan. If you ever want to say something, if you ever want to mention a country again, you better run it through HR. You run it through our marketing department, because I swear to God, if you say Germany and we lose Israel, we're gonna lose our fucking minds. You know what this multiple apology thing reminds me of? It's like when Blizzard banned Blitzchung when he came out on stream and he showed his support for the people of Hong Kong who wanted their freedom and didn't want anything to do with the disgusting Chinese Communist Party. They did an Asian market press release that talked about respecting China's sovereignty, their oh so great power, and then they did an English one, and it didn't really mention any of that because obviously, Americans and Westerners are going to get pissed off that Blizzard is showing support for communists. But of course, when talking to the Chinese, they're like, "Oh no, we would never let anything bad happen to you. Nothing that will ever offend our great cash cow. We need you so bad." It's this disgusting corporate doublespeak, especially with a company like Blizzard, who is so big on pandering to the ultra-woke leftists, but as soon as it actually comes down to supporting human beings who are facing actual human rights violations by an actual oppressor, dead silent from these fucking people. And you know why? It's because it's the money. That's what matters. I get it. It's a business. I don't expect these corporations to give a shit about moral outrage. I really don't. But that doesn't mean that as a customer or as somebody who sees the hypocrisy, doesn't mean I'm not going to call it out. Doesn't mean you shouldn't call it out either. So if you're listening to this video and you're just thinking, well, no shit, Mando, it's a company, they're there to make money, they're not going to let something inhibit their ability to make as much money as possible, I would just ask that you reflect on that and think that if people started getting upset enough and stopped spending money with these companies, stopped supporting companies that did this, they would change their tune pretty goddamn quick, because when we show as customers and people that consume their products, when we show that we want something by voting with our wallets, things change. This kind of behavior from Hololive and their parent company Cover, absolutely pathetic. It is fucking disgraceful. And I'm honestly shocked it's not another American company. I mean, you have Disney and the NBA doing everything that they can to make sure that they are just on that Chinese tit, sucking so hard, just trying to get every last drip, every last cent out of those milkers. I mean, they really go hard. I mean, Jesus, everything going on with the Mulan movie, we're just gonna film right outside of a concentration camp, no problem. You got LeBron James over here in the NBA talking about BLM. Oh, what's that? There's concentration camps in China. Uyghur Muslims are being forcefully sterilized. I don't know anything about that. Just shut up and buy my jersey. Just keep spending money, you dumb fuck. I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of these companies just cozying up with this disgusting, degenerate communist government. That's what I got today, folks. That does it for today's video. We have a topic: cute anime girls, hot anime titties, and I have to spend the whole fucking video talking about the Chinese government just, you know, being pieces of shit like they generally are. As always, I want to know what you think about all of this, so be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think Taiwan is a country? Does Mando now need to be banned because I dare say Taiwan? Maybe YouTube's gonna carry more water for the CCP and they're gonna strike my channel down. If you like the video, be sure to drop a like, and if you really want to support this channel, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell icon. Set it for all notifications so you get notified of all of my future videos. We also have a Discord, link will be down in the description below for MGM Mother Base. Join the Discord. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.